Hey, I'm Veronica, and I have a special guest with me today. This is Suzanne. She won one of my free Skype sessions, so she's a very lucky person. And we're doing a free Skype session today. What that is we're going to interview Suzanne. I'm going to help her. I do want to say that you can win your own free Skype session. I'll list those details below. Also, I do offer paid Skype sessions, one-on-one coaching at my website, VeronicaIsles.com. So if you'd like to work with me, I am happy to take you on as a client. I also want to say to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and please hit that bell icon to be notified as to when I release new videos. Okay, so let's get to it. Suzanne, why don't you tell us a little bit about your situation?
Sure. Well, first, hello to everyone, and thank you, Veronica, for choosing me. I'm
Of
really
course.
excited about this opportunity. When I wrote you, I told you that I'm focusing in three things mainly, but I'm going to talk to you for the most important one first.
Okay.
Well, the one that is right now bothering me a little bit is that I am a PhD student, and I
Okay.
manifested it. I'm super happy about it. I didn't really knew I was manifesting by that time, but I managed
Mhm.
to work in the lab that I wanted to with the person that I wanted to and got on a scholarship for it. So
That's
it's an
awesome.
amazing
Yeah.
thing. But the issue right now is that I am already in my second year PhD project and somehow I'm stuck in it. And I've been really trying to work in it, like studying and reading and discussing, but somehow I don't manage to generate ideas. And I feel
Mhm.
like very very frustrated because on one hand I really know that I got one in a life chance, not everybody managed to be in the position that I am,
Right.
and it makes me feel very bad about myself. Every day is an issue to go to work because I just go there and sit in front of my computer and spend 8 hours and then come back home and I just feel like I did nothing. And at the same time it feels a lot of pressure because at work, well, I'm guessing and I know my boss is not very happy about my development, and I'm very scared that he will not sign my papers to renew the scholarship. And
Right.
I always been like good student, and somehow
Mhm.
something changed, and I don't know how to solve it. And I've been trying to do some meditation and some affirmations, but it's not working. So,
That's a good
well,
start. Mhm.
I think the first thing is to try to improve my confidence and work and try a little to
Yes.
change my perspective at others. But,
Absolutely. It's easier said than done, though. You logically know what you need to do, but actually physically doing it is another story because you've got this other reality staring you in the face of feeling insecure and feeling like you're not, good enough, not, things aren't adding up. And that sort of starts going downhill, downhill, downhill. And it's hard to just sort of pick yourself up amidst all of that. But I think remember that I would continue to comfort yourself during these times. Like obviously meditation and visualization can be good, but you need some comfort. Like, you know what? I'm here for a reason. I manifested up to this point. It's gonna work out. I may not know how it's gonna work out, and I may feel the pressure, and I may feel like, I'm not good enough at times. But there's an answer, and I think that you need to imagine where you would like to be. So, for example, what sort of work would you like to be doing? How would you like to impress the people around you? What would that look like?
well, nowadays, for me, my main goal is to have publications about my job. But the thing
Mm,
is that if you do research, you have to do something that is original, and this is where I'm stuck right
right.
now. I've been like advancing little by little, understanding the problem. So that was basically the first year of my project to try to understand what I was working in.
Mm,
But nowadays, I should have results. I really want to publish it in a good journal and have
mhm.
recognition about it. I want
So,
to come one day to my boss office and say, "Look what I found out," and he will
yes. And I
amazing.
like that. And I would try to hold those images in your mind, not just in visualizing when you close your eyes and you visualize, but just throughout the day. Like remind yourself every single time you're feeling doubtful towards yourself, have that picture of yourself in your mind, of congratulations, of like, I've done it, of that success. Of, the reaction from the people around you. What would they say? What would you tell your family? What would you tell your friends? Like, how would they all congratulate you? How would you feel at that point?
Yes, because Well, I sometimes try to picture that, but it's kind of hard because then I go to office and I see my notebooks with notes with
Right, the
nothing.
reality.
And it meets a little bit because at the same time, for example, it deals a lot of with my confidence. So sometimes I really rather not see my boss or not talk to
So you're
anyone.
trying to avoid people. So are there things about yourself that you know are good, like that you can use as a starting point to build that confidence?
Well, the thing is that I try to be very like conscious about that and make lists, and I try to think positively about me. Like for example, I'm very open. I can speak to people. I'm not shy. Love to read, so I do a lot of research,
Okay.
etc. But then
When
then
it comes down
it's
to it.
part, and actually I want to be a researcher. So being good speaker is not necessarily have good results, and
Mhm.
it's when it becomes contradictory, you know.
Gotten the results yet. So you're
Mm.
having a hard time sustaining those feelings. And I think it's important to note that, being positive is sometimes hard at times when that reality is staring you in the face. So don't necessarily force yourself to have to be positive. I think having that determination alive inside of you, like, you know what, there's an answer. I'm here for a reason. There must be a way to succeed. There must be a place for me here because I'm here. I manifested up to this point, so I must be able to succeed all the way. It's coming. And I would try some what if statements. I don't know if you've ever seen my what if videos, but where you turn around the fear and you say, what if an inspiration just came to me? What if suddenly my confidence was boosted? What if suddenly people were giving me compliments even before I did anything, spectacular? I would also look to role models. Like, are there anyone or is there anyone around you that you know has succeeded in this way that you could sort of look to them as an example?
Yes, indeed. And here it's kind of, I will try to connect with the second thing
Mhm.
that I try
Oh,
telling
okay.
that I wanted to mix because, well, of course, my boss, as I told you, I manifested working
Mhm.
with him because
Yes.
since I was in my country, I read a lot of his research and I really like the way he works and the subject that he's in. I found it
Mhm.
super interesting. But then I met someone else in my lab and he's my specific person.
Oh, okay. There we
And
go.
we were dating for about 7 months and it was
Okay.
going very well, but then I mean he's a researcher, so he's also
Mhm.
developing some research. He's older than
Right.
me, and he's brilliant. I found him amazing. So sometimes
Mm.
the thing is that he tries to push me and motivate me, but I
Okay.
think he does it in a way not so nice because he tells me things like you should talk to your boss more often instead of telling me like how are you feeling. So it makes me feel even more, you know.
Right. So it's sort of pushing you down in a lot of ways, not meaning to. I think that it's almost like you're in a vulnerable spot. So everyone around you is sort of reinforcing this idea of vulnerability, of you being sort of sensitive on this topic, of pushing you in this direction. It's
Mhm.
almost like you need to just give yourself a break and love yourself regardless. Releasing those attachments, releasing that resistance means that you know that you're going to be successful no matter what, no matter, if you can't come up with the most brilliant research or idea or anything, like you're still going to succeed regardless. I would try to almost relieve that pressure from yourself because right now you're holding onto this huge weight on your shoulders and it probably feels very tense at times. You want to release that baggage. You want to free yourself from this pressure on yourself so you can just be you and have it be okay and do what you're capable of. And that's usually when you're going to succeed in higher ways because it sounds like you've already visualized it. So the possibility is there. You just need to connect with the actual experience.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know because this thing with a specific person
Mm.
is always funny, and I think it also
Okay.
contributes with me not feeling confident.
Oh.
Because when we started dating,
Mm.
he immediately told me like, you're a student and I am a teacher, and
Mhm. Right.
it's not against the law. It's in France, it's permitted,
Mhm.
so there's no any problem. We even checked, but he doesn't want anyone to know that he dates me. And
Ah.
every time we have dinner or we go
Mhm.
out, it has to be somewhere that we kind of know that no one from the lab will know, you know? And that,
Right.
I don't know, because I like him so much and I think
Mhm.
he likes me too, because otherwise, why would he come
Yeah,
to
of
my office and talk
course.
to me? And at the same time, I found it so it also makes me feel like if I should be embarrassed of myself because no one should know that this researcher is there.
Right.
You know?
And it's reinforcing this idea that you're not someone to be proud of, that you're not someone to show off. That's he's sort of that he's not ashamed, but he's like he's hiding you in a sense. So it's only making you feel that much more closed in. I think that that actually would be a great starting point. This idea of him suddenly wanting to show you off. Not necessarily having you have achieved anything as of yet, but still in this moment, like the walls are coming down, like suddenly he's not afraid to admit that you're going out, admit that you're together, admit that he loves you, like that you're someone to display, show to his friends, show to the different colleagues, like that's okay. And I think breaking through that feeling in your heart. Do you do any visualizing on that or any sort of affirmations?
Well, in his case, I try to make more like have very clear the end goal because
Hmm.
I know that my PhD is gonna over and I might need to go back to my country. So I'm trying to kind of focus on an end goal when I'm still with him, even though that. So that might also be part of
Well,
the
let me
worries.
ask you this. What is your end goal? Like you want to, where do you see yourself 6 months from now? What would you have succeeded? What does your relationship look like?
Oh, and relationship wise, well, I think I would like to be living with him.
Okay, that's good. Where are you living? I'm just curious, like in
He's
your mind.
he's buying a house. Well, not right
Okay,
now. He's looking forward to buy a house. We've been
okay,
checking some
okay.
online, so
So you would be
so
living in
let's
this new
kind of have
house.
it clear that if he managed to buy his house,
Uh-huh.
I hope he will ask
Yes.
me to move in with him.
Yes.
That is
Say you know what? Think about this. Here's a fun imagination that as he's looking for houses to pick out, that he sort of has you in mind as if he's imagining your life together with him in this house. So he's specifically picking out a house that he feels would be good for both of you. That could be a fun imagination. I want you to start imagining these people as including you in their life goals, including you in their future. So imagine that he's imagining your life together in this house, a year from now, building, your love, having it grow, especially also like your boss and the people around you, the people that you work with. Imagine that they also know that you can succeed. Like they see you as someone who's brilliant, even like you said about your specific person. Like they see you as someone who can absolutely accomplish their dreams. So I want you to start imagining what they're imagining and having it be in sync with your ultimate desires.
okay. I can do that. I think it's easy because luckily I don't have any issues imagining that. I can really do that easy.
Hmm. I would try to build your confidence from there because it sounds like you have so much already going for you. I would also allow yourself to let loose a little bit. Like, what do you do for fun? Just to sort of get your mind off of things, or do you not really do that?
Well, I enjoy a lot my time alone, so I do a
Mhm.
lot of reading,
Okay,
swimming, singing.
that's good. Singing is good.
I have tried to have several activities, but
Yeah,
mostly by my.
try to be silly as much as possible. The reason why I say that is because what your job is, what you're doing right now, it's so heavy. It's so like intense. Like there's so much pressure that you're going to want to relieve pressure as much as possible. Do something absolutely silly, goofy, just where you're laughing for no reason. Let yourself let loose as much as possible. I think it'll really break the tension. And again, try to accept yourself for who you are. Don't put this enormous pressure on yourself. Release the resistance by saying, you know what, whether or not I come up with the most brilliant ideas ever, whether or not I don't, like it's going to be okay. I'm still going to succeed. I'm still going to live the life that I want. I'm still going to be me. So be true to yourself. Let yourself relax a little bit. I think that that's going to be the thing that just breaks through and suddenly whoosh, you've got all these things coming towards you.
And how do you? This is something that I've been wondering a lot because
Yeah.
sometimes I try to be in like this spot, and for
Mhm.
example, I wake up early, go swimming, come with then a
Okay.
lot of energy at work, and then I found a friend and asked me, so how things are with this guy going? And then
Right.
I want to keep in an
In
optimistic,
that
but at the same
vibration.
time, you see the judgmental and. I don't know how to deal with that because I don't know. I try to live in them, try to be
In the
focused on
end,
what I
right?
want.
And then
People,
you're
but just
reminded.
keeps not talking about you. So it's I don't know how to deal with that.
Yeah, and I think that that happens to everyone. Like we always have that person that's going to ask us, that person that's going to remind us what the current reality is. And if someone asks you about your relationship or any types of situations in your life, try to just be general, optimistic. Remember that their opinion doesn't matter. Like if they have like a strange opinion, they make a face, like who cares? Just brush it off of your shoulder. You know, their opinion means nothing. Your opinion means everything. And they don't have to rob you of your good mood. Like sometimes, I don't want to say the universe is necessarily testing you, but sometimes it's like an opportunity to stay true to your vibration. Like you have this person potentially mess up your vibration, but you're going to choose no. You know, you're going to choose to remain true to your vibration because you want the end result so badly. So it's like this person comes in your path, they try to mess you up, but no, you're not falling for it. Oh, and there's my cat behind me. He's saying
That's
hi.
the fruit.
But yeah, I mean, I think that happens a lot to people where, you're in this high vibration, you're feeling good, and then someone asks you something, and then it's like you have the potential to sort of unravel and get down for the day, but you don't have to. Like, imagine it as like a test, and you're going to pass the test because you're strong, you're determined. You have that determination and fire alive inside of you.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I think that all were all my questions already.
Yeah, well, we're just about out of time too, so perfect timing. And I want to thank Suzanne for being with me today. And I'm wishing you all the best, hoping all your dreams come true. You deserve it. Remember that. And thank you to everyone for watching. I will list that link below as to how you can win a free Skype session. Also, I am Veronica. You can visit my website, veronicaisles.com, and also do subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And I want to wish everyone a lovely day. Bye.
Bye.